We live.
Close to a week.
It's fun.
Okay, listen.
We're talking about COVID shots, guys.
World?
But I didn't get sick from it. That's the thing.
If you eat your Wheaties every day. No, I'm kidding.
You
Don't.
eat your weed?
Wheaties.
Eat
Oh.
your weed every day.
He hears what he wants to hear.
Eat weed every day.
These are the lessons that we teach on our stream.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Don't do drugs. Don't get COVID. Be a hero.
Wow. That real talk. Let's see.
And that begins our TED Talk. No.
No. Okay. So
On how to not get COVID.
Welcome to the random educational podcast that we have set up for you tonight.
Don't take any lessons away from this.
everyone needs to go around the table and state a random fact. I will start. Did you know platypuses have a penis as long as their body? Next.
Did you know a duck has a corkscrew penis?
Did you know that Amazon is absolutely garbage, but has great shipping?
I was sensing a theme, and then that one blew it up. Anyway,
Yeah.
You know that a whale can control its penis like an arm.
There we go.
that's impressive. So wait, does that mean they can use it like a third flipper?
Yep. You remember all those old tales about sea monsters?
Oh.
Yeah. I know that's oh god, isn't Nessie based off of that? They think it was because there has been no scientific proof of the Loch Ness monster. They believe that it could have been a whale's penis.
How
And,
would
like,
a whale
flip-
have gotten in Loch Ness?
I don't know. Have you ever seen the movie Free Willy?
Loch
I don't
Ness.
know.
Yeah.
But hey, look,
I choose not to believe that one specifically, but
Again, it's a scientific theory, just like or not a scientific theory, a theory, just like another theory is that the Loch Ness monster is, there. Anyway,
I
enough
refuse to
about
believe in cryptids.
enough about penises. Let's talk D&D, guys.
That was a rabbit hole.
Yeah,
Y'all the ones that brought it up.
you'd be so. Never mind. I'm not gonna go down that hole. Anyway, I think we're good for announcements. Really, like everything's up to date. The YouTube channel's up to date. The podcasts are up to date. We're late tonight. Go figure. Rona probably won't be joining us. He has house company and can't really get away. So if he does join us, it'll be much
Hopefully.
later.
hopefully next week we'll be able to start on the Borderlands 3 streamings. Hopefully.
Perhaps. I also might have time tomorrow, but I was going to talk to you guys after stream or tomorrow morning about that. I don't know what's going on tomorrow yet. So, we shall see. But, without further ado, I guess, does anybody want to do the recap from last week?
We talked to one dude for the entire time,
Pretty much.
Lavander.
Yeah,
And
what'd you
the
get from
Guardian
it?
By time.
And Cardin stood outside with his gray render.
I'm sorry.
I mean, that's basically what happened last week.
Oh, I should.
Enoch absolutely did not trust that Lavander wasn't the one who.
Blind, if you wouldn't mind, would you do the recap once again for us?
Okay. Cardin standing outside the entire time of last week's episode, where
I said
the rest of the party went into Lavander's shop to talk and get information as well as supplies from them whomst named Lavanda, and that was about it. We did some traveling as well, but mostly talking to Lavanda with Cotton standing in the outdoors shivering his britches off.
Just a
It's
pet.
midsummer. Okay, it's end of spring, beginning of summer.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
You don't know what the weather's like.
This is
It could be
we're not
raining.
in it's not Indiana. It's not the
Liam,
Midwest.
what's the weather
Well,
outside?
as you know.
Right now, um, no. It's pleasant. I would say, for those of you kind of in the States, I'd say probably 68-ish.
Fahrenheit or Celsius?
I said in the
You said
States,
States.
so
Okay.
it's pleasant. It's not cold, but it's not sweltering either. There. Where's my percentiles? Fucker. There they are.
Yellowstone.
Pretty clear skies. At least during the time that you guys would have been talking with Lavander, anyway.
There. If you're shivering your britches off at that temperature, you got problems, boyo.
It would have been so funny if while we're in there, then Cardin just getting drenched in rain.
Suffering from hypothermia.
Either way, Cotton stood outside
And waited for the adults to talk.
waited for the party to come back out and collect him.
He didn't get invited to the grown-up table.
No.
Yes. And then what happened after that, Cardin?
We traveled a bit
Okay?
for about 20 minutes in, our world. Basically, we traveled, we got on we got on boat again, I believe. And then
Yep.
we set off.
Yeah. What else, Cardin?
That's about the extent of my knowledge.
Okay, what happened at the very end of the episode?
As I said, that was about the extent of my knowledge.
I literally told you like
Something
5
fell from the
minutes ago.
sky!
What?
I even brought it up
Oh my
earlier
God.
today.
Apparently a building fell from the sky.
And the
Yes!
building fell from the sky. Oh.
I don't even
Yes,
remember that
okay.
happening last
So-
time when
so
Asta was in the car. but I
Cardin is rolling
remember
his nat ones for intelligence.
As always. I'm gonna make you share that inspiration with Katie blind. Like I don't know what else to do on that one. Like you basically said,
I already have inspiration anyway, so.
okay, well then we'll
Guys,
just give it to Katie.
literally,
We'll just
I've
give it to Katie.
Literally, I've never had inspiration because I can never remember the recaps.
Take notes. That's the best way to remember. But no, Katie, take the inspiration because Cardin already has it, which he shouldn't have been doing it anyway then. And B, you helped him out just as much as he did. He did just as much as he did. All right, and you are aware of what inspiration is and does, right?
Well, I just said I never had it before, so nope.
Okay, so you've already checked it on the inspiration box. That's awesome. So basically, what that means is anytime you are to roll a d20, and you do not like the results of that roll, you can say, "I'm going to re-roll that." You use that point of inspiration, and you re-roll that check.
Best use is on nat ones, but any low roll can work for it.
Exactly.
Yeah, especially if it's information you really want to know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. I can't think of a good example off the top of my head, but it is a good kind of get out of jail free card. It's also a This is important. This is something that I want to know. It could make, yeah. So that's kind of how it works. So
Oh, hey, Roma, have you used your birthday 20 yet? I don't remember.
Yeah, I did.
What did you use it on?
a persuasion check or something like that, I think, right?
Yeah, it got us
Okay.
better loot
Yeah.
from Levander.
Yep.
Or was it a better?
A better
I think it
deal
costs more
on loot, I
information.
think,
I
as
think
well.
it was a better deal on the diamonds, I think.
Yeah, basically he was like, gold doesn't really hold value down here, and then you were like, pretty please, and then batted your draconic eyelashes at him, and then used your birthday crit for a natural 20 in persuasion, and I went, fine.
Look, probably the best chance I was going to get for using it. So
Yeah, probably. I understand. So, with that though, you guys have been made aware of the situation. Oh my god.
So if you want to know what we're giggling at, in our Discord, apparently I'm toothless, looking into the camera screen.
Yeah. So,
I only envision you as toothless anyway.
I mean, to be fair, you're not far off.
Just with a couple of skeletons around me.
And no wings, but yes.
He can't fly half the time after his crash anyway. You are toothless. I mean, it gets fixed anyway, but that's not the point.
So,
Oh, Katie, you're giving me an idea here.
No.
Is this a good or a bad idea?
I will crush it very quickly. So, with with that, you guys have the knowledge of this city kind of crashing down, or not city, what would have been a hut, crashing into the water. Best guess, maybe a mile or so off of where the boat currently is. You guys currently stunned into silence, along with Tembe, Zane, and Elaine. Tembe would be the first one to kind of break the silence and just kind of be like, the bloody hell was that? Should we check it out? Trying to remember his accent. Give me a minute. Sorry. Continue anyway.
Where exactly was the last location of whose island was above us? Wasn't it Valinar's? It was Valinar's, wasn't it?
I'm pretty sure it was, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, because yeah, it's yours. Where exactly is his island? Ish.
So you guys look up?
Enoch does.
Okay.
Valinar would too.
You two go ahead and make a perception check. Yeah. I know it's not your greatest stat, but that's,
19.
19? Okay. Not one for Denock. Denock, you look up and
cloud.
I was gonna say you look up and mistakenly look into the setting sun on your way up. So you're currently blinking really hard, trying to get your eyes to refocus. Again, Valinar with a 19. You can see the floating island. Again, it's smaller than what it's barely a dot in the sky. Well, I guess it wouldn't be a dot. It'd be like a really small ball, kind of like a ping pong ball sized dark spot in the sky. It is beginning to get dark out as the sun is beginning to set. So it's getting harder and harder to see it, but you do see it up there.
Oh,
Wow.
well, that was a dumb idea. Valinar, did you see it?
I see my island.
Is it right above us?
Roughly.
Could that have come from it?
Quite probably, and then Valinar's gonna cast Sending to ask Shia if something from the chains just fell, or if she knows if anything is going on at the chains.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I gotta find out who that is again.
Shia, the old friend I can actually contact, since I can't seem to get a hold of Haru.
Right. Okay. And what was the message?
Essentially, just asking if something is going on at the chains, because it looks like a building just fell from the island.
Okay.
Or maybe
Yeah.
Chicken Little was right.
You get a response with relatively shortly after, and she kind of replies with, "There's always something going on in the chains. Last I heard, nothing major. If something fell, I'm sure we'd hear about it soon. I'll go check."
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's really close to 25 words, so
Yep.
that's about all it is.
Gonna give her about an hour before
Okay.
just to give her plenty of time to see if she can figure anything out before I try to contact her again.
That's perfectly fine. What do you guys want to do in the meantime? You said you're going to give her an hour, so you have an hour.
Well, who's piloting the ship?
You guys are. This is a group effort to pilot the ship.
Arden will be prepared to row.
Row, row, row your boat.
Okay.
Who's in charge of steering? That's my question.
It would probably be. Honestly, probably. Actually, she might be on lookout because she would have the best perception. Although Cardin's got the. He's muscle. So probably Timbe.
Yeah. I'm gonna have Timbe steer us towards that.
Okay, so
Unless
you guys.
anyone else fights it.
All right. As you guys are changing direction, I need a group survival check. Those are good. That's
I
not.
will survive.
24. Oh, God.
Oh,
Oh, God.
Natural one.
Oof.
Arden.
oh.
Well,
The thing
Well-
that I have a +6 to.
Okay. Well, let's see how
Roll
this
for
plays
costume,
out.
please.
Guys,
Oh, yeah.
that's the edge of the ship. Stop going that way.
Thank you for the reminder. This is going to be interesting because I'm going to have to pull their character sheet up. Somewhere
Don't forget,
different.
he does have Ben Luck.
I'm aware of what he has. I probably know some of your guys' abilities and stuff better than you do. Not,
listen, you are the DM, so
I've also been heavily invested in D&D for about 5 years-ish now, and I have been,
What did Katia get?
surprisingly, a 16.
So we got a
What?
24, a 16, 2 7s, and a 4.
I got a couple rolls for the other two. So yeah. So I want to point out, though, Katia physically can only roll one higher on a survival check. Yeah, natural 19. All right, so we have 24 success. Timbe and one other we'll say Elaine succeeded. Ooh, robot? I heard a robot.
No,
What?
it's on Crazy's end.
Ah.
It is?
Yeah, we're hearing all the things you're doing.
Oh, crap. Well, I'm sorry,
Like-
my headset died. What am I supposed to do?
Oh, you're fine. Get see what you can manage. Just you'll be all right. So that's 3 there, and then okay. Ooh.
We're not doing too good, are we?
That is considered a failed group skill check.
Just like this night.
Oh God. I don't. I will see if Katya can bend luck. And see if they can change Asta's failure into a success.
Or Cardin's, because they both rolled the same.
Cardin's is a natural
Or,
one.
Or else I could use my inspiration and re-roll. Would now be a
That would have
now be
been.
a pretty good time for that.
Well, hold on. Let's see if you can do this. So we'll spend, I believe it's 2 sorcery points and add a D4. And he rolls a 3. So that'll change your 7 to a 10.
Oh, well, that's better.
Mm-hmm. Which, for just turning the boat slightly, is a success. So that means you guys have 3 failures. 1, 2, or no, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'd be 4, 4, so it's right down the middle. Which I usually give to you guys when it's right down the middle. So you guys turn the boat with some difficulty, and get it on the course to find out what happened. Excuse me. After taking some time to get everything through, kind of the boat turned and you guys beginning to get on your way. Not too long after you guys have been on your way, about an hour would have passed, Valinar.
Okay. I'll. About how far away are we from it now? About an hour.
See, boats move fairly quickly. You would imagine you're probably half an hour or so out. Maybe a little longer due to your guys' fumbling there with that skill check.
I'll go ahead and cast Sending again.
Okay.
And basically say, we're getting close to what fell. Have you figured anything out?
Okay. You would hear back. Didn't you hear me? The city cut one of the huts. It fell. Valinar, they killed dozens of innocents. How are you close? That's about it. Remember right, she's not exactly the... well, actually, no, nobody would be aware of how sending works very well.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it again.
Okay, mark off.
And I'm gonna contact her back and say,
Just keep marking the spells.
yeah, I'm marking them. I'm casting this one at 4th level. I want to keep a third just in case.
Okay.
I need a third for something.
Okay.
Actually, what am I doing? I can cast things at higher levels.
Yep.
So I'll just go ahead and just use all my thirds. To essentially stand back, we're about maybe a half hour from the remnant of that building. And was this Palama?
We can hear the microphone or the microwave.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind, can you put yourself on push to talk until until you're back on headsets or headset or whatever. Just
I won't get to be back on my headset until I have a freaking charger for it, but yeah. I'll just do that for now, and I guess I'll have to walk back and forth from the kitchen to my bedroom.
That'd be fine, thank you.
Hang on a sec. I might change that message real quick. I'm counting words to make sure I have enough to say what I want to say.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm just gonna tag on to the rest of it, to what I'm doing, saying this is sending. You have 25 words.
Okay.
And that should be about
That's
20
cocked.
words total.
Ooh, that's a really good roll. You'd hear back. How did you get your hands on sending? That's. I'm not sure if it was Palama's order. She has given some guards their own free reign. 1, 2, 3, and that's about where it ends.
Yeah, we hear you. He's just not talking and thinking, probably.
I'm aware. I'm just making sure that things weren't fucky wucky on my end again. I'm paranoid now.
Yeah, that's why I was telling you.
Yeah, that's why.
I hear you.
Yep, I was just doing a little small test.
At this point, Valinar just audibly goes, "Fuck."
What's up?
Yeah, that's a building from my island.
Yeah, okay. Anything we should
Yep,
know about it?
There are dozens of dead people in there, probably. Because, God forbid, we let people live.
Oh. Any of them important to you?
Not that I know of. Hell, some of them were probably just criminals. Probably a good chunk of them, actually. But they're still dead.
Yeah, okay. Any of them super important to your island?
Well, let's put it this way. Where this building came from, it's kind of a... there's no real better word to describe it than underground. It was literally just a bunch of criminals and convicts change. Yeah, they all literally just hung a bunch of chains, built a bunch of houses below the island.
So, free resources.
What was that?
Free resources.
Oh, yeah. Pull my thing back
You
up.
forgot what I did, didn't you?
Yeah. For a second, I also was pulling this up just to double check and make sure I'm not getting this wrong.
No, you're pretty much right.
Okay. Yep. Oh yeah, there it is. Criminals and extremely poor people. Although knowing that, this could have been essentially an orphanage.
As you guys are having this conversation, your boat gliding towards the source of the waves that you guys have experienced, as you guys begin getting closer, you begin to see bubbles kind of popping on the surface, coming from this kind of central point, and you can see bobbing in the water around it these floating corpses. There's probably... Ooh, that's not the right one. It'll work. As probably close to 36 bodies begin to slowly surface, as most of them face down, none of them moving whatsoever. Even at a glance, those of you who are not even trained in medicine can tell that these people are dead, and most likely died on impact.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Even among all the ways I've seen people die, that's still not a good way to go.
Valinar looks up, estimates where the island is, and just audibly goes, I am going to fucking kill you in ways you can't even imagine.
Ooh.
Yep.
Do you want our help?
Sure, but that would require us to figure out a way up there.
We'll figure it out.
I don't want to cast anymore. I want to save spells.
Okay. It is not a pretty sight. Most of the individuals are for Dinok's sake, they're usable. Not great, but they would be usable. Most of them have broken bones in some manner. Some of them, their bones are practically gravel. There's even some young children who you would see, and while their clothes are rags, barely fit to be called a loincloth for some of these people, you can see you having your medical knowledge can just kind of see how they would have hit the water, and at a height of that magnitude, it'd be like being dropped on solid stone. Some of the bone.
Splat.
Mm-hmm. Some of them have just these odd angles that they would have landed, and even though they wouldn't have had a chance at survival to begin with, from a fall of that height, it looks incredibly brutal. And you've seen a lot of death in your time, but this is different somehow. If you wish to... Oh, Valinar, before I forget, go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
Oh no.
No.
19.
19. Fortunate or unfortunately, you can decide, but among the dead, you do not see anybody that you have close relationships to. There is one or two that you're like, I recognize them, but only in passing.
Is it a good thing or a bad thing?
That's for him to decide.
That's what I'm asking Val.
Mixture? It's definitely a mixture. He's angry that he knows some of the people, but he is, well, quote unquote, knows. Has met some of the people, but he's more kind of happy he didn't see mainly Haru, since that's the only person he hasn't been able to get a hold of. The only person that never responded to him.
Minor mercies.
Minor mercy, yep.
Okay, and what was the thing for me?
If you wanted to acquire any of them for your, we'll say for your bag, I would say you could probably acquire between most of them, the 36 people or so. If you choose to, you could probably compile enough bones to assimilate 5 skeletons. This is up to you. If you do not wish to, then that is fine.
They're looking a little too rough for Deanoch to really go out of his way to acquire that far.
Okay.
Like you, from what you said, they're like
A lot of them
scrap.
are. Some
It's
of them.
scrap.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, you would definitely be compiling skeletons from this, that, and them. But
Like I'm pretty sure there's the I'm pretty sure that's half a tibia over there, and that's 3 different pieces of ribs right there.
Yeah.
I'd be grinding them down to recreate bones, and I still haven't perfected that yet.
And as you're kind of contemplating the thought and kind of shaking your head, there's this. You guys can hear Elaine kind of speak up from behind everybody and just kind of. This is awful. This is. The equivalent of a boneyard. What? I don't. How could anybody be so cruel? Just drop dozens of people. And she kind of looks up at the general area of where the island would be and just kind of.
Okay, so real quick, Val, did you ever say what gender the person who's hunting you is?
Oh, I've called her the bitch.
Okay.
I just gotta take that as you will.
Mm-hmm.
So the person who... Oh, let's call her... Her, Val?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. The person who is Valnar's mortal nemesis is about the same level, maybe a little worse, than the guy I'm going for. Would you say that about Trax?
From what I was able to quickly gather from my friend up there, we don't know if it was her who gave the order, or if it was one of the people she empowered to give the orders.
I mean,
But
chain of command, the
some-
highest is always the one responsible, whether they gave the order or not.
Either way, someone in her group gave the order, if not her herself.
Yeah, we're all dealing with kind of fucked up idiots.
I wonder if martial law is still going on.
Ugh.
Yeah, no, that was going on last time I talked to him. Doctor. Which is apparently a ploy to find me.
What, you some kind of prophesied savior or something?
I don't know. All I know is that everything started spiraling downhill when she saw that my eyes glowed. And Valnar takes off his glasses at that to show his glowing eyes.
Oh yeah, the Kalish Star thing, right?
Yep.
You would see Timbe and Zane kind of look in kind of an awe fashion. First time having seen you remove your glasses, and for them, the first time having seen an Asm, damn it,
Kalish Star.
a Kalish Star. And they would share a look, and Zane would go, "We should probably move. We don't have... it's getting dark, and we do not have the time to collect all of them and bury them before something were to find them. If there's any you wish to bury..."
Dina kind of looks at Barry.
There are islands nearby and land masses that we could place them at, and bury them, but we don't have a lot of time before carnivores. Please, go ahead.
How? Oh, this is a question for the DM. How close are the bodies, like, to the wreckage of the hut and stuff?
Well, you guys currently do not see the hut, because the hut would have the hut would have impacted water and then sank. You would see some debris from the hut, but the hut itself is not currently visible. What you can see from the hut is the bubbles that currently are beginning to subside from the kind of this area. The bodies themselves are all around you guys, and that center point where the bubbles are and are beginning to die down at.
Okay. Never mind then.
Okay. But yeah, Zane was basically saying if there were any bodies that you would wish to acquire and bury, you could do that, but to get them all would be an impossible task.
Probably not then. I was thinking if I had stuff for it, just burning the bodies at sea. But I don't really have. Funnily enough, I don't have access to basic ways of creating fire, apparently.
Denock does produce his firebolt cantrip.
If we could just set all the bodies on fire, that's probably the only way we could really do a quote-unquote burial ritual.
I could cast grease on them and set that on fire, burn them quicker.
Zane kind of. We can target as
Closest
many
that
as
I-
we can. It's obviously not going to be the greatest, but we can set as many ablaze as we can. And he'll ready his firebolt as well, and Katya will also aid in that adventure with his own. And between the lot of you, most of the bodies are able to be burned. Some are difficult, but through some combined effort, the fires eventually do catch, and they do burn as best as they can before you guys begin turning the boat and heading back on your original route. The route that'll take you to the mainland, near the Doma Mountains. And as you guys begin to fade into a night's rest, your stomach's still not setting very, very well from this evening's visage. Eventually, you all do drift off to sleep.
Can I do something before going to sleep?
Absolutely. What would you like to do?
One, I'm gonna use pretty much since I know we're about to go to sleep. I'm probably gonna use up the rest of the spell sending.
Sure.
So, one, I'm gonna contact Shia to let her know that we've pretty much taken care of the bodies as best we could. Then the next one is essentially gonna be to yeah, I'll do this one. To Palama, just asking her why the hell she did that.
Okay.
Gonna work under that impression.
So first off, Shia responds with, "Good. I will spread the word. That'll put some people at ease, knowing that their people were given the best burial rights that they could, given the circumstances." For Palama, let's see, do I have anything that would be appropriate for this? This might do. No, not that one. What's this one? Give me a second. Yeah, this'll do. Turn the volume down a little bit here. My Valinar, it's been some time. I'm not quite sure what you're referring to. There are many things in this world that happen without my knowledge, even if you don't think so. And that'll be the end of that response.
Probably gonna just for the most part ignore her.
Okay.
Since that was the response I got, I don't really feel like aggravating her right now.
Fair.
Not till you're face to face.
Nope. I'm gonna use another one to try to contact Haru again.
Okay.
Basically ask him what's going on with him. / are you okay?
Okay. Once again, there is no response.
Okay. And I have 2 more slots left. And I'm gonna ask you because I don't know how well Valinar would know these 2 people.
Okay.
But Sylphine Dusklight and Gin Thurston from Vagram, the representatives.
I mean, you would know of them because they'd be relatively famous. They're, well,
Yeah.
not famous, but, well known. So you would know of them, which is relatively what the spell says in order to cast a spell.
Okay, so what would
They are representatives where? I'm sorry.
Vagram, where Valinar's from?
Vagram. Okay, thank you. Okay, so you're wanting to do what? I'm sorry.
What would be what would Valinar have heard about them while he was there? Like, were they good people, or were they highly political, or I don't see that in here.
Mm-hmm. So these individuals grew up politics. They are very, but that also makes them very good as representatives. You would have never heard any ill will towards them from the townspeople of Vagram, but you would know that they are divided when it comes to church matters. Sylphine is more of a Vita follower, while Gin is a Geisma follower, which makes for some interesting political debates when the city itself is in concern, but it also makes them good representatives when the entire, for lack of a better term, continent is concerned, as they will bring forth matters that are, in the best interest of, people and their followings, as those churches are relatively, for the people and not, a warpath, basically. So, so they're not bad people, but they're not like good people either, if that makes sense. Because I mean, I don't know,
Yeah.
like politicians are not the greatest of people, but they're always not the worst.
May as well try it and hope for the best. I'm going to use my last 2 slots
Okay.
that I can use for this. Whoops. To contact each of them
Okay.
and essentially just straight up ask them, what is Palama planning or doing? And we'll see what, if anything, even comes from that.
Can you click sending for me and so I can see the spell?
Yeah. Let me just find it again real quick.
Mm-hmm. So it recognizes you as a sender. Okay, so that was the important part that I wanted to know.
Okay.
Okay, what would they have been told at this point? You've been gone for a while. Okay. So, the first response you would get back would be from Dusklight, since they technically don't sleep. Eleanor, how curious. Alama is trying to find you. Her words are that you're a traitor of sorts. Someone that had been corrupted by an unknown force sent here to destroy everything. And I know I'm really close to my limit, so that's going to end it there. Gin would respond with a startle. It's Valinar. You have some balls contacting me. Let's see, what else would he say? Because he did not roll real great. Paloma and the rest of us will find you. Now that you're close, maybe I will find you myself. Guards, that's where it'll cut off.
Oh, that ought to be funny.
Yeah, he's gonna spend like the next 2 hours looking around his house on like 120 feet, you know. Because
he thinks it's message.
Yeah, because he is... A, they're not aware of sending. B, they're not aware that Valinar has sending. They just know that you're contacting them and realize that you are the sender. So that's...
Fantastic.
So probably during all of this, Deanoch will want to deflesh some of the bodies he still has.
Okay. Easy enough to do at this point, I believe. You've been doing it long enough. Oh, excuse me. And with enough time, you can get it down relatively easy. I guess I don't.
8.
You have 8?
Yes.
So, let's say you spend a few hours, and you do 4 of them.
All right.
And then Cardin will feed some of the flesh to the Grey Render.
Okay. Very much ATM style, which is kind of continuing to...
Also, at some point during all this, when Valinar is done with all his sending, you do hear it kind of give a little laugh.
Okay.
What are you laughing about, Valinar? Oh, just died.
I just found out 2 things. One of them is... Actually, they're both kind of funny. One of them is I found out what Palama's been saying about me.
Oh?
That it's that I'm a dirty traitor and that I'm actually out to destroy the world. And the other thing is...
But aren't
what-
you?
Yes, that's... Yes, I'm out to destroy everything. Because I can totally do that and want to do that. The other thing is, I have managed to startle one of my old city representatives so hard he actually has his guards searching his house, I think. The last thing I heard in his message was guards.
Great.
Hey, do you think that you said Palama?
Yes, the bitch.
Oh,
That's her
okay,
name.
okay.
Yeah.
Do you think
Sounds
she?
like llama.
I knew he would go there.
Anyways.
Do you think she's doing the same thing my enemy did?
Oh, it's quite possible.
What's next? Is someone on Kadia's island going to be trying to contact demons to take over?
At this rate, I
Where's
wouldn't be
Kadia?
surprised.
Kadia, you got any assholes who would probably try and take over your island?
I don't know. I spent most of my time in a shop. Well, my
Fair
shop.
enough. Probably a good possibility though.
At this point, I would be surprised if there's not someone on his island trying to take him.
The DM is shrugging.
Well, the little one is fed. I got some skeletons.
Anybody else want to do anything before the long rest?
Valinar is gonna sit down. He's just gonna, I guess, meditate and try to figure out why the hell Plamo is trying so hard to find him.
Okay. Go ahead and make a history check for me, Valinar.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's score's not as bad as I thought it was. That's a terrible roll. So no,
That's
a nat 1.
Yeah. Nothing really comes to mind. That bitch. What is she up to?
I'm so focused on the thing falling.
Yeah.
All I can think about is pure hatred.
Oh my god, I just thought of the Vegeta that Vegeta meme of, huh, this is weird. Pride in somebody else. Too bad it's overshadowed by this over-ending rage. Anyway, if nobody has anything else, I will say,
Showing
you
your
guys.
age there.
Huh?
Cardin will say, hold on to that rage, Valnar. You might get resistances to something sometime.
Oh my god.
Taking points of
Raging
barbarian.
Valinar.
Yeah, somehow I don't think that would be a good idea.
No.
Barbarian and Clerics is one of those classes that just don't mesh super well. Not that it's impossible.
Let's sell it.
Okay. So. Alright. You guys can go ahead and trigger a long rest and restore your hit points and spell slots and other good doodads. And that'll bring us to the next morning. Tembe will greet the lot of you in the morning and just kind of, morning, y'all. I've already lost I've lost his accent, guys. I don't remember what it was. I'm sorry. Where would we be heading today? Still to the mainland, right?
Yeah.
To the mountains.
Okay. Let me see. Do. Okay. So, is the plan, and I'll show this all to y'all, is the plan to go to this little river area that connects off of the mainland? Or do you guys plan to go kind of to the mainland quickly and then travel by land? Or do you guys want to boat down to like the river? Okay. All right.
That's what I was thinking.
Anybody object?
Else?
I don't object.
Val?
I'm good.
Asta?
I'm not objecting.
That-
That's just, yeah.
We go down the river? Is that fine?
Katya does not object. Simply because they are not here.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay. That means we need
Group survival checks again?
some more survival checks
Yeah.
from everyone.
And there's something Valinar wants to do in the morning.
Woo!
24.
How
it's
is
mainly
the
just to be petty.
1 second, I accidentally backed out a roll 20.
Whoops.
Good job.
How is the map like just floating in Roll20?
He's got a thing. He can do it.
I am God. I can do lots of things.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, buddy.
Oh,
I mean, yes. So far so good. Let's see. Ooh, okay.
Wait, isn't that the same roll I had for survival last time? Yep.
Yep. All right, so
Survival
only
likes you tonight.
1, 2,
Apparently.
3.
And not so much me.
Yep, you guys are fine. Even though I rolled a nat 1 on my end for one of my people, but you guys had but the other two rolled like an 18 plus numbers, so you guys are fine.
So, just so you know, my skeleton numbers. 4 skeletons, 1 phantom warrior.
Okay, go ahead and keep track of that for me because I don't anticipate needing to know that tonight. But then again, you never know. Go ahead. What did you want to do?
I was just saying, Valnar wanted to do something in the morning,
Yeah, what was
aside from change his spells around. He wants to just be really petty and be an annoying little kid, and use sending again to contact Gin, who's the one who sent out the guards, and just kind of go, so did you find me?
There's no response at first. Some time passes. And eventually he does respond. And at this point, probably an hour and a half has passed. And he's just like, "You bastard, you dare come back, guards! He's a hero again!" He's not very smart. Not with, rolls and stuff. So yeah.
Valnar audibly goes, well, he's an idiot.
Yeah, he
Again, who?
begins looking for you.
Oh, just the guy that sent guards out to try and find me last night. You just did it again.
He's not magically inclined at all whatsoever, is he?
I'm gonna go with no.
Oh, that could be so much fun. I need that spell so badly. Could you do me a favor, Valnar? Can you cast Sending and ask Zalpip how everything's going on?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I'll just do that.
Been a little bit, and I'm worried.
So, Valnar will cast Sending to contact Zalpip.
Okay.
And see how everything's going there.
He would. Let's see. At this point in time,
I'm making you think. I'm sorry.
no, you're fine. I forget his voice already too. It's been quiet. Not sure what he's up to. Everyone's still doing okay here. Most of us are hiding underground at this point. Well, those of us who truly know what's going on. How are you guys doing? He would be concerned about you guys. Wow, that's it? Boats are slow.
And Valnar will relay that to Denock. And go. Do you want me to give him any special message?
Not right now. I don't I don't want him worrying about the things we're up against. Especially if we're going to be fighting a fallen angel.
So, are you guys trying to just haul ass to that area, or are you guys just kind of going at a normal speed?
I'd say normal speed.
Going with normal speed.
Okay.
And as a side note, Valnar is going to use sending one more time to contact Zalpip to essentially just say, hey, everything's good here. Give him, like, the image of 2 thumbs up, and he's going to make it as awkward as possible. And it's almost very forced.
Everything's good here. Tee. Yeah, sure. Okay. Now it's my turn to roll. Let's see. What have we got here? They're still on the water. Such lucky turds.
Oh?
Cardin and Elaine, I think, are the only ones with a high enough passive perception to notice this. What's yours again, Valinar?
15.
15. Let me double check Elaine's. I think it's as high as Cardin's, if not higher.
Arden's at 16.
Yeah, hers is an 18. So, you two would be the only ones to really notice. So Elaine, who's kind of in the top, in the crow's nest. I couldn't think of the word for a moment. Is kind of keeping an eye out, and all of a sudden just kind of shouts, "What the fuck is that?" And you can see as she kind of pulls her bow and knocks an arrow. Not draws it, but kind of keeps it, ready and kind of gesturing to the water in front. As Cardin, you catch out of the corner of your eye a large serpent-like shadow kind of just pass along the left side. I don't know the starboard and stuff, so like the left side-ish of the boat. Kind of just, it's dark, it looks relatively far underwater, and it just kind of swims slowly past or alongside your boat at the moment. The direction that it is heading is from the direction that you came from. So, Cardin, what do you do?
Y'all, that looks like a big underwater snake thingy.
Okay. At this point, the rest of you can see what it is, or what the shadow kind of swimming along, seemingly, from what you can tell, not super interested in your boat. At least, not at the moment.
Oh, damn!
I would not suggest trying to fight this thing, and I'm the one that wants to fight shit.
Your accent changed again, by the way.
Why do you think I'm acting strange again?
Hang on, where did that spot?
Yeah, she would be able to see this, but the rest of you wouldn't. But for the audience and for Elaine's sake, watching the shadow, she begins to realize that this creature, whatever it may be, is probably 3 times the length of your boat. Which, keep in mind, your boat is about 60 feet long-ish. Give or take 10 feet. She is not thrilled about seeing this. What would you guys like to do?
Dingnock's just gonna kind of slowly crawl backwards to the mast and just kind of sit there and shiver like, don't like deep ocean, don't like deep ocean, don't like deep ocean, don't like deep ocean, don't like deep ocean. Look, Rom the player can't handle looking down in Subnautica. Dinock can't handle deep ocean.
Valinar's looking at it and wondering if there's any way that he can somehow get it up to his island to just drop on Palama.
There is a spell that could assist you with this, theoretically.
Probably something I don't have access to.
I mean, you might, just not at your current level, I don't think.
Yeah.
But if you guys do nothing, eventually the creature passes and leaves you alone.
What did we just avoid?
You don't know. Big snake-like thing. Oh, nope. Sorry, Valinar. You do not have access to this spell. Ever.
Yeah.
The DM shrugs. You don't know what it was. But with that, a day passes, and you guys are one step closer to the river, which is about 2 more days away at this point. So, if there's anything you guys would like to do in that time, we can roleplay that now, and then we'll do checks.
I would like to mention... Oh, sorry. Valinar at least wants to cast Sending every night just to mess with Gin at this point.
Oh, you bastard. Okay. That's a 2. For his, wisdom saving throw. So, not the following day, but by the next day, so on day 2, he's begging you to leave him alone. He's like, God, for the love of God, leave me alone. Fucking hell. He has not been sleeping well. He's not like an old man. He's probably 48-ish. And he's trying to live in his early 20s again, as he's trying to chase you around, trying to stay up late, trying to get this war criminal basically, and is having no luck at all. At this point, he is basically just fuck off. No.
And one other thing, as soon as that one's done, he's going to use Sending to contact, I've forgotten her name, Sylphine, Dusklight.
Yeah. What do you want to tell her?
Basically, to say something along the lines of, you might want to check on Gin, it doesn't sound like he's doing too well.
I've heard some of his banter. You're not really around there. Or around here, are you? If you do, come find me. Or if you are, come find me, is what the last part of that message would be.
Sending back. Noted.
That's it, just the one word.
Maybe at some point.
3rd level spell, 3 words.
Messages haven't actually been all that long, so.
Mm-hmm. So, all right. All right. So let's do day 2 of your 3-day challenge. Let's go ahead and do some more survival checks, y'all.
So Cardin's better this time because this is one skill she's actually good at.
Oh!
8!
10.
Oh no.
I'm mad. Second dice was 21.
Well, an 18 still a success.
I
That's
know,
a
but
success. That's a
There we go.
success.
It's better than it's been.
So that's 1, 2, 3. Oh boy.
Did we fail?
It's literally gonna come down to Elaine's roll.
Benlock.
Oh yeah, and Katya. I forgot about him. Oh, okay, that's a success there. 4. Hold on, I gotta count again now. So that was 1 success, 2 success, 3 success, 4 success, 1 fail, 2 fail.
Benlock on Cardin.
Oh, and then I failed twice. One fail there, 1 fail there, there. Yeah, he'll do that. And see if he can't.
Get Cardin above that 10.
Yeah. Show up over there. Ooh, he rolled a 4, so that will be a success for Cardin, but it also takes you guys at an. That was weird. At an even roll. So, or an even split. So you guys make progress, barely. And I have to roll for this day. Are you fucking kidding me?
Super lucky again?
Yes. So the way that I have this worked out in this current,
I'm so disappointed.
and I am. You don't understand. The surface is supposed to be extremely dangerous, but because of where you guys are, it's a 50-50 chance of something showing up. And the last time I rolled like a 37%. Well, this time I rolled a 49%. So you guys got it by 1. Fuckers. So let's do another skill check as you guys go another day. Hopefully getting to the riverbank or the river this time.
Yeah.
21.
17.
Ooh. You guys have
What's
already
happening?
another series of checks. You got one more day to do. You guys have already.
Oh, same roll as last time, basically.
Yeah. Cardin?
Bye. There we go.
Wow!
So,
Just had to change my strategy, wait till everybody was done, until somebody said Cardin.
That was-
Oh yeah, that's the...
yeah,
Yeah,
that was the
sure.
strategy. So that was 7 successes and 1 failure.
Lob.
So really good. Now let's see if there's an encounter. Fuck.
Uh,
46.
You are not having good time, are you?
No, but at the end of day 3, and I am gonna say the end of day 3, you guys are now on on the mainland. You guys have arrived at the river mouth. Unfortunately, the boat is too big to travel down the river. So at this point, the boat has basically been docked at the river's mouth, and everybody is going to begin to travel inward, basically.
Are Timbe and Zane and Elaine gonna stay on the boat, or are they coming with us?
They have to leave the boat there because they can't get it anywhere else at the moment. They thought they might have been able to due to the river being there, but they weren't sure of how wide it was.
Well, I was wondering, are they still traveling with us, or are they taking off? Because I don't remember how far they were going to come.
They will probably travel with you guys for a little ways, but ultimately they need to get. Actually, it'd be smarter for them to try and get there. Although they like you guys, so they might try and take the long way. Plus, this way, less people. You know what? I'm gonna roll for it. Okay. They are going to accompany you guys. For a little while. They're basically going to see you guys to the foot of the mountains. And then they're going to travel a different direction because their point that they need to get to is different than where you guys need to go. So they will travel with you guys for the next day, but after that they will no longer travel with you guys. But it is evening. You guys have arrived, and I'm going to say set up camp on the shore, or near the shore. If you guys wish to sleep on the boat, you may. But the day has basically come to an end as you guys reach that point with relative ease. By the end of ironically, by the end of everything, you guys seem to have gotten a handle on sailing, somewhat. And you guys have been able to make some good time. Cardin, you are within sight, basically, of the overgrowth. While the mountains and the river are nearby and kind of block a little bit of your sight of the overgrowth, you can see it off in the distance, as you guys are currently kind of like in a plains-ish land with some scattered trees here and there. But with your eyesight, you can see it. It's still a ways off, but you can see the overgrowth. The home of your herd.
We're pretty close to where I'm from.
Are we?
Yes, I can see the start of the overgrowth.
Now, why is it called that again?
It's overgrown.
With what?
everything. Animals, forests, mountains, trees, lakes. You name it, it's there. Probably some demons too. Very dangerous, but it's my tribe's home
Not lakes.
circle area. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't have lakes. It's very foresty.
Yeah. There might be some marshlands kind of near where the rivers are. So, like, on the other side of the Doma Mountains, where that circle near the river, where the river is, maybe in that area. The Whispering Grove, you would know, Cardin has a lot of marshlands, but yeah, those are the Whispering Grove is the big one that comes to your mind for like marsh or swamplands.
Some markers too. No lakes though. I probably play off into the distance where the rest of the party probably can't see.
Pretty much.
Because Cardin, dumb long vision. Cardin, dummy thick vision.
What?
I said Cardin, dummy thick
No,
vision.
but it is getting late. And Cardin, you would know that the best place to kind of scale the mountains is from the old ruins, kind of on the eastern side of the mountain face. They're not the. It's not that you couldn't climb anywhere. It's just that has the most
Potential.
potential. Yeah, is a good word for it. The excuse me, the area over there has been almost carved by what was probably a previous civilization.
And I will let the party know about this area that would actually be really good to camp in.
Also, those ruins, Cardin, were the place that you originally found your great sword, I believe it was, that you shattered back in like episode 5.
Yep. Yep, great sword.
So, those ruins are probably like a day off from here. So,
Okay. I will let them know about that, and that we should probably head in that direction, because maybe I'll be able to find another greatsword there, and it would make a really good camp spot.
for tomorrow.
Yes. For tomorrow.
But hey, what do you say that whenever we make camp for this day, we take a small break?
That works for me. Let's go ahead and say we are sleeping. We're going to take a really quick break, guys, and we'll be right back. Let's try to make it real quick since we had so much tech issues in the beginning of this. So, yeah.
You'll try to kill me?
Yes. We're back. Katie is leaving because she's got to work. No big deal.
Boy.
Blind, it all you.
Find better character.
So yeah, we'll go ahead and say it is the next morning, and I can play this music because it's been a little while since we've played this. Yeah. So, the morning is yours. Timbe, Elaine, and Zane have said that they will basically venture to the mountains with you before they head in their own direction in order to accomplish their goals. So, what would you guys like to do this early morning?
Cardin will wake up.
That's a given.
Not in this land, it's not.
Actually, you know what? Hold on, I got to roll for that, Cardin. Oh yeah, you're fine. Get your ass up, fool. And do what?
He's sort of going to be like, it's good to be back, and I mean that's about all he can do in the morning before everybody else wakes up.
Okay.
He sniffs the air of the fresh air of the mainland.
You stretch. It's good to be back. I don't know what Cardin sounds like. His voice changes every episode.
It changes multiple times an episode.
It's good to be back, y'all.
So, Timbe and Elaine and Zane are kind of getting up and preparing their stuff for the day. Deanoch, you see a very familiar spell being cast in mage armor on Zane. And they kind of just... Oh, you know what? I totally forgot. Nah. Fuck it. They can do it when they get back. I was just sitting here thinking about the potions that Katya would have made, but they can do it later. I'll make them roll for it later, because I don't want to, use my luck for him. So, the morning is your guys's. The mountains await you. There is a stream, somewhat close by. I imagine you guys are off of it from a little ways. What would you guys like to do?
I would like to travel towards those ruins.
Easy enough.
Because that will be those ruins are, I'll explain as the ruins are probably going to be the best place to sleep in the coming day as far as for protection, typically from the nature surrounding.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about a day's travel away anyways.
Okay. Easy enough. You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Another low roll for encounter?
Yeah, but you also don't quite understand. Now that you guys are on the mainland, things change. And I still rolled low. That's alright, that just means you guys will be relatively fresh when you get to the mountaintop. Right? Right.
Hopefully.
So, you guys travel for a while. Seems relatively quiet. There are some beasts here that some of you don't recognize. Well, at least not at first. A lot of times you guys will be like, oh, that's a... Huh, what is that? And eventually, and sometimes Cardin will fill you in. Other times he won't because he doesn't know. For example, sometimes you guys are like, and there are other times you guys are like, oh, look, a deer. And then the deer will turn and look at you, and it's almost deformed in some way. It's right, this particular one's right shoulder is hunched down, but massive compared to its other shoulder. Think the hunchback from 300. but like if that shoulder was on a deer, that was really bad. But you know what I mean. I hope anyway. And it just, it's massive, and it'll turn and look at you and give this almost like not afraid look, but this like, what are you doing here kind of a look at times. And you'll see, let's see, in this particular area, there would be, a lot of deer, and all of them have these different kind of deformities. In some capacity, not exactly like these awful mutations, but more of like just adaptability in some ways. For one, the antlers that you see, instead of this large kind of like open palm kind of design, with fingers out, instead of a design like that, it's just two straight antlers that are about probably 6 or 8 inches long, that come in a point, and you can see from a safe distance, relatively, that one of them has this. One of the antlers is like almost sharpened on both sides, rather than like cylindrical. It's like sharpened like the side of a knife. And then the other antler is almost got a jagged kind of saw blade, slight cut to them. Not really sure how or why, but it's there. Cardin, those particular deer tend to have a slightly more aggressive nature, but as long as you guys stay, give it a wide berth, it usually doesn't attack first.
Yeah.
So, it's honestly really because of Cardin being able to tell you about the wildlife here and the different kinds of creatures that you see, and are like, oh, don't worry about that one. That one's not dangerous. Or let's walk away from that one. That you guys are even able to make relatively good progress.
About the deer. Enoch will ask, how's the eating on that one?
Pardon?
Good question. May I roll a history check to remember if I have had it?
Sure.
Cardin, where did your character sheet go? There we go. I don't roll history quite often. 16.
Okay. It's definitely gamier than the rest of the deer that you guys have, but that's a lot of times just due to the meat kind of being more muscle rather than the lean meat of what deer normally brings. It's usually pretty good. Sometimes you guys avoid hunting those particular deer just because there are others that would be easier prey.
Okay, so these deer are not the easiest to hunt. They don't taste bad, but they don't taste amazing. They're a little bit more gamey than other species of deer that we hunt. We got them, we got some other things that taste a little bit better and a bit less aggressive that we like to put our hunters on.
And now he's West Texas.
Mm-hmm. Basically, when you guys do eat these deer, it's because they attacked you guys for a reason or another. and it was, mostly self-defense. And rather than, letting it go to waste, you guys make use of the creature, all of the creature. So, eventually, you guys begin to get to the base of the mountain, and from here, you guys know that it's not a long journey, kind of around the side to where the ruins would be that Cardin had pointed out. And it's here that Timbe, Zane, and Elaine kind of go, well, we saw you off. We wish you guys safe travels. And if you ever happen to come across us again, we'd be more than happy to work with you again. They all kind of give you guys, a nod, shake, kind of a bow, their respective farewells. Anything you guys want to say before they depart?
Hopefully, one day we will cross paths again. And if you ever see a fortress flying in the sky, that'll be us. Give us a wave.
Potentially.
Or a whale.
Well, that depends on if the giants give it back to us.
Duly noted. And you can see Zane actually, writes it down in like a little notebook. All right. With that, you guys kind of continue on, traveling around the mountainside, beginning to crest into the forest itself. You do definitely see more trees now in this area. Before breaking the tree line and encountering ruined, a city of ruins, basically. There are a lot of broken and mostly destroyed buildings that you can see. There seems to have once been like a small market square here that is overgrown with vegetation and broken, and this broken kind of almost cobblestone is in areas. Most of the buildings are destroyed to most extent. Yeah, Cardin would see this almost right away, though. No, because you wouldn't see it in this area. But yeah, this is effectively the ruins of the city. There is a little bit of daylight left if you guys wanted to do some exploring before trying to find a place to bed down for the night. And most of you have dark vision.
He said most.
And it's not like daylight isn't yours to command.
Though
a lot if I don't have to.
I will say, if we can bunker down and end for the night, Rom is drifting. Hello?
Sorry, I was thinking. Sorry. Yeah, I suppose we could. I know we didn't get to our start was a little rocky. No, you're fine. It's not a big deal. It's just fucking tech issues on my end.